As book readers, we are always searching for our next 5-star book. The high you get after reading it, the book you can't stop thinking about. I haven't had this feeling in a long time and an idea was born.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you guys don't know me, my name is Miles. I make booktube content over here on YouTube channel, and I also have a book talk. You guys can check that out, and I hope you guys subscribe and you want to join the bestie fam because I'm having so much fun. It ends when we find a 5-star. I haven't had a 5-star read in such a long time. I believe my last 5-star was Lovely War, and that was last month. First up on the contender list, we have Ministry in Time. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. Since I got this from Book of the Month, I've been so excited to read this book, and I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I'm becoming such a little like sci-fi dystopian, I don't even know what this book is considered. I think it's considered sci-fi. I'm not huge in the sci-fi space, but I do love books like this where there's like time travel. I love a good time travel piece. So basically, this book is about a girl who's considered a civil servant in London, and basically this thing called the Ministry, which is a part of the government, is conducting this experiment basically for time travel and seeing if people can survive. Basically, they take people from like the 1800s, 1600s, and they have them live in 2020. For a girl whose name is, what's her name, Allie? What is her freaking name? Oh, the girl in this book, she is considered the bridge. So basically she is to look after her expat, they call them the experiments, and she has this Commander Graham Gore. He died in the Arctic on some expedition, and she is to watch over him, to look over him, and they are living together. I think her feelings starting to get a little strong for him. So I'm on page like 170 right now. I kind of got carried away with reading this book, and I'm absolutely loving it. The words are big. I've been listening to a lot of it and reading some of it. I believe listening to it is a little bit easier just because the words are so big, and the writing's like, it's not like a fast-paced writing, like it really takes your brain, but I'm obsessed with the story because I love the expats from the past and like the 1800s, and like kind of seeing them have to live in the 21st century. It's so funny, and like there's humor in this book. Really interesting. It starts off just a little slow, but it's starting to get really good, and I can see why people really like this book. The characters are so like lovable. The found family is super cute, and it's just like humorous trying to see them like work a cell phone when they like had no idea, and like listen to music and work Spotify from like the 1800s. A wrap in this video. Am I feeling like this is a 5-star right now? No, but it's high up there because it's a good book. So I'm interested to see how it ends, but definitely like, I feel like I can finish this today. So I'm interested to see what I pick next to try to find a 5-star. I genuinely haven't had one in so long, so, but that's the update. Update time. Guys, I finished The Ministry of Time. I listened to a majority of this on audiobook. However, I did switch back and forth, but her writing is so interesting. And I know there's like medieval times. It's like, I like it, but I also don't like it to the point where my brain doesn't register like the way she writes. So it was much easier for me to just listen to it, because I'm gonna be honest, when I was reading this, I was lost a little bit in the beginning. Spoiler alert, the main character of this book has no name. She never tells you the name. I just wasn't missing anything. She never reveals the name. The whole book's in first person, doesn't have the name, just her parts are in first person. Okay, so my first qualm with this book, the pacing is so weird. The first like half of the book was like very, very drawn out, which I didn't mind. I was along for the story. I was along for the ride. I was really, really liking the story, actually. I was loving the found family. I was loving the relationship between Graham and the main character. I was living for it. I thought it was sweet. I just loved it. But then it's like we went from that to all of a sudden waking, like splashing water on you, and you're like, psych, and wraps up like really quickly. Like the end felt really rushed, And it was, you were just going from their day-to-day life, the things they were doing. It was like slow, slow, slow. And then all of a sudden you get all this answers within the last like 40 pages. The pacing of this was so weird and it felt so rushed, which took away from the book from me. I think if we just would have gone on the whole, hey, this is their day-to-day life, this is the relationship that that this girl is forming, these are the things that are happening, and then had a conclusion. Like, we just like broke the ice and just was like, JK. I love the concept. The writing was a little complicated for me, a little confusing with the way she writes books. I want to say like a 3.8 or a 4-star. I'm not a sci-fi girly, however, I could enjoy that I loved the plot of this book. I thought it was super good. I thought this was very entertaining in the sense of the story and everything that was happening and the time travel. And I loved how the characters were from like other centuries, and I loved seeing them like learn what all these modern things are and the modern dating. I thought that was super cute, and I wish we just stayed on that and not just like randomly decide to like take a turn and just be like bam, 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 bam. The pacing is what really threw me off, unless this would have gotten a higher rating from me. However, I'm really glad I read it and I enjoyed it. And I liked listening to the audiobook. So if you guys decide to pick this up, I recommend you guys picking up the audiobook. It does the accents and everything, and I feel like it really brings it to life. I don't know if I would have really understood this book if I had just kept reading it because of the way the writing is and like all the different concepts. This is a 5-star read. Clearly, no, it's not a 5-star read. So that means this video is obviously going to continue, and we're gonna go try to find a 5-star read. Which I don't know if I'm slumping out a little bit or I'm not, so I'm hoping that we can stick with audiobook. So I was between, I don't know why I've had this book on my TBR for over a year, and I don't know why I'm like randomly inspired to read The Wrath and the Dawn. That is so random from me. Because I'm stuck, I don't know. I love it. So we're gonna go with The Wrath and the Dawn. And so hopefully, we'll see. We'll find out together. Hi guys, a long time no talk. If you guys hear like rain noises and stuff, it is like severely thunderstorming outside, which is my favorite weather, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I love a good thunderstorm. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I read so dang much and it's relaxing, but I want to give you guys The Wrath and the Dawn update, and actually a really good news update. I've listened to a lot of this on audiobook it was available on Libby at my library, so I've been really enjoying the audiobook, and so it's really hard for me to like pronounce them, so I'm really thankful for the audiobook to kind of teach me how to pronounce their names and certain words, so when I do go to read the physical copy, I know what the heck I'm saying. On page 310 of this book, and there's like 380 pages, so I want to say I'm like almost 80% through this book, and I am enjoying this so much. I really didn't know what to expect in the beginning of the book. I was kind of like, I don't know, like what is this getting at? But holy crap, this book is so good. It's not I'm not feeling the 5-star, and I'm gonna tell you guys why at like the end. I don't think this will be a 5-star for me. However, I'm pleasantly surprised that I will be continuing the series, I'm pretty sure, because I'm getting towards the end and I'm just like, what the heck is gonna happen? This book is so good. I really like the main character. Lord knows I'm gonna butcher her name. But I love the enemies to lovers in this. I love that there's like a little love triangle going on, but this love triangle is done right, people. This one is done right. I will explain everything at the end of why this love triangle is done right. Take notes, authors. This book's so good. I love the fact that it's like Arabian. It's giving me like Arabian Nights, and I'm living for it. I'm living for the character development, the character arc. I can see why this book was popular. And yeah, and it's missing one element. I wish there was more romance, but I have a feeling that we're gonna be getting that in book 2. I hope I hope. So this is a really good, I'm like trying to think because I barely know how to pronounce anything. It's like, girl, do you even know what the heck you've been reading? Like, okay guys, so that's a really good update. I'm like really wanting to finish this tonight. I think I will finish this tonight, and I will come back with my recap of what I think, and yeah, I'll see if this is a 5-star or not. This video might end. I don't know, like depending on how this ends, it could be a 5-star because it's up there, but it's not quite there yet. So we'll see if this video will end or if we're gonna keep going. Okay. That's the thing, like sometimes I just get so confused by this book. They say things and then I'm like, what did I miss? All I wanted was a book with limited brain power, and then I picked this book. Like, girl, what? Definitely not limited brain power. Daytime. Okay guys, it's been a couple of days and I need to update the vlog on what's been going on. Did finish The Wrath and the Dawn. Shahrazad volunteers to go to Khalid, I'm pronouncing this so bad, who people get like basically called to spend the night with him, and everyone who spends the night with him ends up dead. And basically the person who doesn't, like, you will ultimately become his queen at this point, but no one makes it that far because they end up dying, or they get like, you know. So she volunteers for this. She makes it through the next day and everyone's like shocked, whatever, but no one really trusts her in the palace, but she has an agenda. She's there for revenge because her best friend had died after her one night, and so she's coming to get revenge. She has a lover back home, we find this out very soon, named Tariq, and he's like in love with her. This is the best love triangle book I have read. Okay, this is how you do a love triangle. And they didn't make it weird. Like, I hate when the love triangles like hop, like they keep hopping and it's like, the crazy part about this book is this book has like basically zero spice in it. The way that she was still able to write their connection between the two characters, I was like, I could feel it. And I just love the main characters. Shahrazad, I loved like how strong she was. Like, picture the like Arabian kingdom and they're on their horses, and I loved this book. I thought it was super good. I would give this book probably a 4-star. Yeah, a 4-star. Honestly, I think if it had a little bit more romance in it, I would eat this up. Like, I would not go into this book thinking that you're gonna get like a full-blown romantasy, because you're just not. There's definitely tension, but there's no like real romance in the stories. But I will be continuing this series, and I'm hoping that the second book brings on the romance, because I really hope it does. I don't know what the second book's about, and I like the way this ended, so I'm almost so scared to read the second book because I'm like, it's so crazy how books will just be sitting on your shelf forever. Like, I literally had this book for over a year, never even planned on really reading it, and then one day I just decided to read it, like out of the blue. Like, wasn't on my radar, just decided to read it, and wow, the cover is hideous, not gonna lie. It's a really ugly cover, which has probably been deterring me from wanting to read this book, but I'm glad I read it, and I will be getting the next one. I'm super excited. I wasn't expecting to like this book so much. So not a 5-star, this video will still continue because it's not a 5-star. However, if you're looking for like a fantasy that has like a lot of tension in it, like not really a romantasy, but a good storyline and plot line with a little bit of tension, no spice, The Wrath and the Dawn, I highly recommend. That brings me to my next book. I really have not been, like, life's been crazy and I haven't had time to read lately. So to be honest, I am not far into this book. So I'm reading Never Been Better. I haven't seen much discourse around this book, to be honest, but I just happened to see this one at the table at Barnes and I read the back of it, and honestly, it caught my attention because what? Dee was in a mental hospital and she met two people named Matt and Disa in the psych ward, and they end up becoming like really good friends of hers. But she starts to fall in love with Matt. While she gets out sooner than the rest of her friends, Matt and Misa, they fall in love with each other while she's gone. And I can only imagine, you know, she's not doing well mentally, okay? She's in love with him and they invite her to their wedding and they really want her to go because, you know, they're the three trio. Like, Matt doesn't know he's in love with her. Like, she never confessed her love for him. So it's all just brewing on the inside. They're honestly, I would say that the plot, I'm only 38 pages in, okay? So your girl hasn't really had time to read. She's been busy this weekend. So I will say that the plot is like very minimal at this point. It is a really short book. I will say it's like 270 pages. So I'm excited to keep going. This is definitely out of my comfort zone and I've never read a book like this. So let's see how we go. Hopefully we'll finish this soon since it's a shorter book. Am I feeling 5-star-y? No. Okay, not yet, but you never know. You never know. Honestly, I wouldn't have high hopes on this book at first. And then by the middle to the end, I was like, oh wow, like this is really good. So you never know. I'm only 38 pages in. So I will update you guys. Never been better. Hi guys. Okay, so this vlog definitely hasn't gone as planned, but that's because life really hasn't gone as planned. I have had lots of doctor's appointments and a lot of things going on with my health recently that has prevented me from reading just because I feel exhausted and the thought of reading sounds horrible. Like, I can't comprehend anything I'm reading and like a chore. So, and I feel like I'm just now starting to come back to feeling like I can read again. So honestly, I've been listening to audiobooks and I'm still reading. This book is so short. It's not even 300 pages and I'm still trying to finish this book. It's not DNF worthy bad. It's just, I like the writing. It's very heavy dialogue. Like the way that it focuses on mental health. There's just absolutely no plot at all. I thought like we were really going to be able to figure out like, you know, the exact reason why, you know, her and her two friends were in the mental hospital and the things that they were actually going through like in depth. And this is just like they touch on it and then it gets back to so surface level. I think this whole book is very surface level and I'm not really able to connect with any of the characters at all. But I do like the writing and I do like how the concept of the book is so different, involving mental health in the psych ward and things and them reflecting on it. I feel like this book had so much potential and she could have done so much with this topic and the way it was, but it's just kind of her talking about like being in the mental hospital and her friends navigating it and trying to hide it, and she's like in love with her best friend's fiance. I'm 128 pages in and it's taken me 3 days to get 128 pages in. It's just a hard book to read, and I think that once I listen to it on audiobook, my Spotify hours renew tomorrow. I'm thinking that like knock this out in an audiobook in one day. So I'm gonna do that. But reading it has been the ultimate struggle. I'm not gonna lie. So then I had my audiobook come in through Libby for All This Twisted Glory. Like, honestly guys, this book has been on my TBR for so long and fantasy, and I really enjoyed this series. When I first got back into reading, I want to say like heavily, this Woven Kingdom was one of the first fantasy books I'd ever read, and it got me into fantasy. I think this book was definitely the like 1 or 2 books that got me into fantasy, because I remember seeing the cover and I thought it was so pretty, and the lady was like, I love this series and you such a good pick, like, so I was like, oh okay, and I read it and I loved it. So, and nothing else is really happening. So I don't know why I want to finish that book. I don't know why. It's short. I wanted to be real with you guys. I was thinking about just coming back to this video when, you know, I felt better, but alas, reading is a mental game, and if you're not mentally in it, it's gonna be hard to do it. And yapping, that's my little update, and let's see how many books we can read. I really want to find a 5-star. I'm really struggling and I'm trying not to get into a book slump, and I might be getting into a book slump. So this video is crucial that we find a 5-star because I need that feeling like I'm like desperately needing a 5-star right now. Well aware that it's August, but the pajamas have come out. I already have all of my pajamas planned, my fall pajamas planned that I'm gonna buy, and it is the season. Okay, so guys, I have some updates for you, okay? Some exciting updates. So, I finished all this Twisted Glory, and this book is just stunning. I love it. I was a little disappointed in the book. I feel like in the first books, Eliza was very strong, confident. She like was a badass. I felt like they made her look like clueless and dumb throughout this entire book. So this is basically just the continuation on her story with Cyrus and Cameron. And obviously I can't talk about too much what the book's about because that would give away the plot of the first 2 books. However, I felt like in the first 2 books she was very like strong female character. In this book they made her very much like a damsel in distress, and I didn't like that for her, because one of the things I liked about this series was her character and the fact that she was such like a badass. I get that like it's probably because of the position she's been put in, but I don't know. I loved Cyrus in this book. Cyrus definitely carried. First half of this book was very dramatic. Like, we were telling a story. I felt like the first half of the book was just kind of recapping what the first 2 books were and just people's thoughts about them, and nothing was really happening, so I was a little bored. And then towards the end it started to get interesting and it started to pick up a little bit, and like the action. So it's like the first half of the book was kind of like a recap, which I guess I kind of appreciated because it had been a while since I read the book. But I like definitely kind of laggy, and then the last half I was actually interested in what was happening. Of course her writing is just really good, fast-paced writing. I thought this was a YA book, and I don't know, they were having YA thoughts towards the end. I was hoping for more romance, so I'm really hoping in the next book there's more romance. I'm not gonna lie, I completely thought this was a trilogy, but this book ended off on a cliffhanger. I feel like I'm not explaining this well, but it's hard to talk about 3rd books and series because I don't want to spoil anything. Long story short, I ended up giving this one a 3.75. I enjoy her writing. I like the story. I was just disappointed in this book and disappointed in the characters. But update on Never Been Better. I got my eyelashes done today, and listening to the audiobook makes this book a little more bearable. I'm so close to finishing. I want to say like I have less than an hour left of listening. Definitely not a 5-star. Okay, definitely not. I just want to see it through. I wanted to see if she had some type of character development with her depression and things. I wanted to see if she like got better. It's an interesting story. I like how it covers so much on mental health and what people go through. It's pending to be finished, guys. I don't even know how many books have we read for this video. Truly. We picked up The Wishing Game. I'm 44 pages into The Wishing Game right now, and I'm loving it. Everyone said I was probably gonna love this book. Okay, this is giving me some of the Cruel and Sea type vibes. One of my favorite books. And so this is hitting right now. Like I was like out to dinner and I was looking forward to coming home and reading this. So could this be a 5-star? Could we finally maybe be finishing this video? This is so good so far. Like, why did it take me, why did I read this in a day? Okay, it's more than double the size of this book, and I've been reading this book for a week. That just tells you like that's when you probably should DNF. But it's just so like, anyway. Almost done with this book. On to this book.
1 week later.
Do I feel defeated? Yes. Yes, I do. Oh, update time. I'm back from vacation, okay? I went to the Bahamas. And while on said vacation, I read The Wishing Game. And I'd be asking, Miles, of course that's a 5-star read for you. And my answer is no. It was a 4.2. Okay, I could easily lie to you guys and be like, yeah, this was a 5-star feeling book. But it wasn't. Okay, it was a good book, but it wasn't a 5-star. And I don't know if I explained this book to you guys. What kept it from being a 5-star for me was just basically that I wish we focused more on the game. I thought it was gonna give Charlie and the chocolate factory type vibes, and it didn't. I wish it did. But it was really good. It focused more on her life, which I also could appreciate, but it didn't give me that 5-star feeling. Which honestly, I'm like, after you read so many books, like us book girlies do, that 5-star feeling is so hard to come by. I think it's like farther and few between. I'm losing track of how many books we've read in this video. And I really want to post this for you guys. This has been a long time. Guys, I've been doing this video for a while now. I started Keeping 13. No, Keeping 13 is a, wait, I think I have it. Keeping 13 is a hunk-a-monk-a-funk of a book. You might say, Mouse, doesn't look that thick. However, it's because the pages are really big. Like it's tall, it's like the size of a hardback, but it's floppy. And the words are like 5 font. Yeah, this amounts up to like 700 pages, even in this. I'm reading that on my Kindle because I am on page 400 of this book and I'm only 60% through. The Tom and Boy series just does something to me. It does something to me. And is it a piece of beautiful literature? Okay, is it like your typical 5-star? Absolutely not, okay? This book is dramatic. It gives Wattpad vibes. It is so over the top. This book make me feel everything to my core? Absolutely. Do I think about these characters in moments where I probably should be doing something productive? Yes. This series does something to me. Like, and I'm not gonna recommend, like, be like, yeah, guys, like, you should read it, you're gonna love it. Because someone could read this and be like, what is this? But for me, these characters in this story hits me so deeply. I can picture everything so vividly, and I don't know how to explain it, and I don't have an answer for you, okay? But I am loving every second of it, and I've really been trying to get myself not to rush my books, like not to rush books. Like, I hate reading books for more than 2 days. I do. This is a 700-page book, girl. Like, don't hate the book because it's long, you know, just enjoy the ride. So I've been really trying to enjoy the ride that is this long ass book. Reading Keeping 13. I think this might be like our 5th or 6th book of this video. This is absolutely insane. However, I said I'm not gonna stop until I find a 5-star, okay guys? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys just so I can post this video for you. That's the update. We went to the freaking Bahamas and back and we're still freaking looking for a 5-star book. You know, it'd be like that. Hear ye, hear ye. I have come with great news. We found a 5-star. Video could end. We have a 5-star. Keeping 13. Holy crap. Never in my life did I think I would feel some way about a series. I went on a roller coaster ride. The amount of emotions this book made me feel in this like 700 pages, like the amount of events that happened. Homegirl just wanted to keep on writing. She just wanted to keep on going. Nowhere in this book would I be like, I'm bored. Because Homegirl, scene after scene after scene, she brought it, okay? The characters, Gibbsy, like, if you guys don't know what the Binding Tom and Boys series is about, this private school where they have this rugby team and Johnny is like the head rugby star, and Shannon comes from a very poor family and she ends up going to this school and he starts to like her, but she's been bullied her whole life and her home life is completely messed up. Her dad's an alcoholic, crazy person. Her mom just takes it. He's very abusive and she comes from a rough background, and Johnny comes from a complete opposite background, and they navigate high school together. They're like a couple based in Ireland. Holy crap, the amount of events that happen. The family like aspect, the friend group, everything. Like this could be a movie. Don't make it a movie. Don't do it though. But it could be. Because if they cast this wrong, like, and if it's not who I see in my head, I would be so upset. Because like I literally looked up so many AI pictures and I like know exactly what Joey Kavanaugh looks like. I know exactly what Shannon looks like. I know exactly what Gidsy looks like. Oh, good. Okay, so this was my 5-star book. Like, holy cow. This is the only book that can be this thickums and thick and me read and like still want more. 5-star. Wow. Holy cow. How many books did we read in this video? Like, I'm genuinely, like, let's count. 5 books. That is insane. I felt like I've been filming this video way longer than I should have been. Started off with The Ministry of Time, and I gave this one 4 stars. We went to The Wrath and the Dawn, and I gave this one a 4.5 or a 4.2. Then we went to All This Twisted Glory, and I believe I gave this one like a 3.75. I could be so wrong. 3.75. I could be so wrong. Then we went to The Wishing Game, and I gave this one a 4-star. At Keeping 13, and we finally found our freaking 5-star book. Okay, 5 books in this video. I'm so glad we were done. I'm ready to move on. Not one of these books did I DNF, did I hate. I loved every single one of these, and I really enjoyed reading every single one of them. I would say out of all of them, the one I least enjoyed was All This Twisted Glory. I was really disappointed in this book because I had such high hopes for how much I love this Woven Kingdom and this. And to be honest, I don't think I would have read any of these books if it wasn't for this video. So this was such a success. I had so much fun hanging out with you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, comment any videos you want me to do, and I hope you enjoyed this long, strenuous journey with me of finding a 5-star book. This video can officially end. I love Further Than Forever, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!